Mr Chair.
Jackie Dean.
I move that the question be now put.
I'm not going to take it now, but I am going to issue a warning. And who was that? Can I remind the member what happened to Mr Mark earlier in the day for interjecting in a similar circumstance? Mr Mark had a short holiday from the chamber. So I'll now give the House a general warning about interjecting when the chairman's... Yes, Mr Williams will be required to stay if that's the case. The point that I'm going to make to Mr Fafoy, this is a bill about collecting money and not spending it. So any further arguments about when the money is spent will not be tolerated. Chris Fafoy.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure how much time I've got left to take, but the commencement date, I might have another 5 minutes, I'm sure. I'm sure the bell will tell me. Mr Chair, we don't believe that this piece of legislation should continue. And I take your point that this piece of legislation is about the collection of a levy or a tax, as we have argued on this side of the House. We do, though, think it should have gone through the proper process before they did start collecting this tax.
A point of order, Jackie Dean.
Mr Chair, just seeking your assistance. I did rise and request a closure motion, which I don't know that you addressed, but Mr Chair, you then called upon a member to make a speech. You hadn't actually asked for the call?
Well, actually he had, and he asked at the same time as the member asked for the closure. He called at that point, and that's the right time to call. And actually, by going to another member, it is probably a pretty clear indication of my decision on the closure motion. If the member wants me to sort of underline it, I declined it. Chris Fafoy.
Thank you very much, Mr Chair, for that clarification of your ruling. Can I just... I don't want to unnecessarily take up time of the House. But there is, from what the Minister said in one of her committee stage contributions, Mr Speaker, a fair bit of negotiation that has to happen from the commencement date up until about June 2016, where I understand that the RBI2 does come into force. And I think, Mr Chair, from a couple of press releases that we've seen, there's a fair bit of negotiation that needs to be done between the telcos and the government before this piece of legislation can actually become effective, until those taxes can start being collected. We've heard a submission via press release, Mr Chair, from the Telecommunications Forum. And from the commencement of this piece of legislation until...
OK, I've now decided the members struggle for long
thank
enough.
you very much, Mr Speaker.
The question is that Clause 2 stand part. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary opinion will say no. The ayes have it. A party vote's been called for. Clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
32 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes in favour.
New Zealand First.
12 votes in favour.
Māori Party.
2 votes in favour.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 vote in favour.
The ayes are 89, the noes are 32. Clause 2 will stand part. Now debating Clause 3.